just want to welcome you all, and I'm really glad that you all came here today, a Saturday morning, where you're busy, you should be busy with your family, so we appreciate this. Before I start talking about my part, I just want to say a verse in the Quran that Allah said that He has created us in nations and tribes to get to know each other. And this is exactly what we're having here today. So I hope it's going to be an educating morning for all of us. I've been asked to talk about religious duty and practices for Muslim women. I'll start with Muslim women. Muslim women are women. They just belong to a faith. The role of a Muslim woman is like the role of any woman. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister, and she's a wife. She's always had humanity, and she gives birth to the second half. She's the one usually who inspired with principles, faith to the whole nation. When I start talking about from the Islamic point of view, women are exactly asked to worship God exactly like men, following some of the principles. Those principles in Islam, we call them 5 pillars of Islam. So all of us, we have to follow those. The first pillar, we call it Shahada, which is a declaration of faith. The second one is Salah, which is the daily prayers. The third one, which is Zakat, it's a mandatory alms tax. The fourth one is Sawm, which is fasting on the month of Ramadan, and the fifth one is Hajj, which is pilgrimage to Mecca. Islam required both men and women to fulfill those obligations. So let's start about the first one, which is Declaration of Faith, which is, we call it in Arabic, Shahada. The Declaration of Faith, we believe in one unique God. We believe in the oneness of God. He's the God of all mankind, not for a special group or special color. He is the God of all mankind, all races and colors. God asks us to know Him, to love Him, to follow His law. And all this is for the benefit for ourselves and salvation. The second declaration that we have to say, which is that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the messenger of God. Let's move to the second pillar, which is Salah. It's a daily prayer. Muslims should perform an obligatory prayer 5 times a day. Some people will say, wow, 5 times, it's too much. But they're not. The prayer is a direct link between worshipper and God. The prayers are said at dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and nightfall. Those are the time for the 5 prayers. Before we perform our prayers, we have to do a ritual outer purification. We wash some parts of our body. Islam insists a lot on talking about purification, not just the outer purification, but to the inner purification of the hearts. These 5 prayers contain verses from the Quran that are said in Arabic language, because that Quran was revealed in this language, in the Arabic language, but personal supplication can be offered in one's own language. A Muslim may pray anywhere, not just in the mosque. You can pray in the mosque, at home, at your office, at university, outside in the field, in the park, anywhere you're allowed to pray. Usually visitors to the Muslim nations, they're really struck by the centrality of the prayer in the daily life of a Muslim person. The third pillar that we want to talk about, or the principle, which is Zakat, is mandatory alms tax. It's a kind of charity that each Muslim should give every year for needy people. Each Muslim would possess a certain amount of property or a saving money. He has to give out 2.5% every year for the needy people. The word zakat, which means this mandatory alms tax, in Arabic it means purification and growth. Just by possessing a part of what you have, putting it aside and giving it to the needy people, we believe this will purify our wealth. You can give more than 2.5%, it's up to you, this is the minimum. And we believe that just giving this zakat to people, it will bring economic balance in the society. You won't find a difference gap between the poor and the rich people. The fourth pillar, which is Sawm, which is fasting during the month of Ramadan. We know Ramadan is the only month. Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic lunar calendar. All Muslims who are mature, healthy, should fast every day during the month of Ramadan from dawn to dusk. Fasting means abstain from food, drink, intercourse at this time from dawn to dusk. Fasting usually teaches us a lot of things. First, that we learn how to self-control ourselves, how to control yourself from your desire, from all what you need, to stay away from the wrongful things. If we can manage it for the month of Ramadan, I think we will manage it for the rest of the year. Another thing that we learn, we appreciate what we have. You will appreciate when you feel, and even you will feel how those poor people feel when they go without food for long times. Another thing that we learn to be patient. We're asked to be more generous during the month of Ramadan. And by the way, a lot of people, they give their zakat, or this mandatory taxes, on taxes during the month of Ramadan. Fasting has been prescribed to all religion. You will find all religion, they were asked to fast. Some people think fasting is really harmful. How can you stay without eating or drinking for that long? But I don't think that God will ask all humankind through all religion to do something which is going to be harmful for them. After Ramadan, Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr. It's the first festival for Muslims in the Islamic calendar. The last pillar, which is pilgrimage. Pilgrimage, or Hajj, that's how we call it, it's a pilgrimage to Mecca. It's an obligatory only for those who are physically and financially able to perform it, and it's at least once in your lifetime. You don't have to do it every year. Every year, about 3 million people, they go to pilgrimage in Mecca. Each year, from all around the corners of the globe, providing a unique opportunity for those of different nations to meet one another. The annual Hajj begins in the 12th month of the Islamic lunar calendar. Pilgrims wear special clothes, simple garments, which strip away distinction of classes and cultures, so they all be equal in front of God. The close of Hajj is the second celebration for the festival for the Muslim nation, which we call it Eid al-Adha, which celebrate with prayers and sacrificing and exchange of gifts through the community. So those are the 5 pillars of Islam, principles that all Muslims have to follow, and they practice all the time. Thank you very much. Thank you.